I am currently about to go clock in at a minimum wage job at 23 years old that I never would have imagined to do in my life. Like, I never dreamed of labor. I was the type of kid that was always happy to be a kid, the type of kid that never thought about what kind of job they wanted to be when they grow up, what kind of profession they want. Never crossed my mind. Never in my free time have ever thought about what I wanted to do in life. That's just never happened to me. I never did that. And now at 23 years old, I'm realizing that you do in fact need to work to support yourself while you're living, to live actually. Not even support yourself, you just need to work to live. And I've realized that at 23 years old. I know. Sounds insane because you're like what were you doing for those 22 years? I was having fun, first of all. Second of all, it doesn't even matter. What matters is I was at war with myself about starting work. I was at war with myself because, first of all, I think we're stuck in a capitalist hellscape where no matter how much you work, it's still never enough. It's never good enough. You're never good enough. There's always more to do. There's always more to achieve. We're stuck in this perpetual cycle of money, 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 grind, grind, grind. And I hate that. I truly, truly do not want to participate in that. I never wanted to participate in that. However, this is the reality. And today I'm going to tell you how I came to accept the reality of the situation, how I came to accept that this is the truth right now and that I need to live within this truth and that it's okay to be where you're at and for that to not be where you wanted to be or where you envisioned to be in those years. So let me tell you, when I was 20, I started thinking more seriously about my future, but I was still doing my bachelor's degree. And so, bachelor's degrees, I don't know, that's maybe the most fun time of my life because I enjoyed it so much. I only thought about the future for like spare seconds of my day. I was like, oh, what am I going to do with this degree? Like it's kind of because I finished an arts critique degree. I'm an art critique by degree. Do I practice it right now? No, not at all. However, I enjoyed it so much that I never really thought to think about the future. And then I started slowly seeing that my degree would be kind of useless in the current ecosystem. That proved to be kind of true. And here I am, graduated, 23 years old, trying to have some sort of life and not having the funds to do so, and I'm forced to go to a minimum wage job. If you ask me, even though I didn't think that much about the future, that's definitely not what I wanted. That's one thing I know. It's not what I envisioned for myself. It's not where I saw myself at 23 years old. And I was at war with this. Like, I was just so resentful and hateful towards past me for not taking the time to think about those things. I was like, how did I think I would survive in this situation? Like, how did I think, what did I think was gonna happen when I grow up, when I had to actually get money from somewhere? And I was just so filled with like misery and hate and pity for myself that I couldn't see that the easiest solution was in front of me. I refused to get a job for the longest time. I was like, no, I'm gonna make this work some other way. I'm gonna invest in myself. I'm gonna think of this grand scheme. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And my mind was scattered. I was all over the place for months and I was job searching on top of that. Even though I hated it, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. And I was going to interviews and I hated it. I just hated it until I accepted my failure, if you will, even though it's not even a failure. I accepted the reality. I just sat with it. I was like, I'm sad. I'm sad that this is what I get to experience as a 23 years old. I'm sad that this is the future that I couldn't get to. I'm sad that I was promised a different type of adulthood that I am not getting right now. And once I sat with the sadness and I kind of accepted that I'm not where I want to be in life, the path forward became so much clearer. The things I've been rejecting and repressing and hating on, they all came to the surface, and it was fully bottled up feelings about the fact that I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel strong enough to start a job, to be an adult. I still feel like a child on the inside most of the time. I'm not even sure what I'm doing. And yet, I was expected to now just go clock into a job, earn money, know what to do. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But once I accepted this situation, I was like, okay, the thing I've been hating the most is work. My whole life, I've never wanted to work. And yet here I am. And it seems like the only logical solution to all my problems would be to face this fear, to face this hatred of jobs, of labor, and just do it and push myself into the thing that I hate so much, push myself into the thing that I rejected so hard. And I had this fear that I would find out that I hate it. Really. I had this fear that I'd go into a job that I would like theoretically, but I would hate it in practice. And I would find out that people are not cool, the environment's not nice, that it's hard to get like any, what's it called, like achievements done, like it's hard to get recognized, all that stuff. I would hate it. That's what I imagined. And then I started my first job right now. And let me tell you, my fears, absolutely ungrounded. It is not like that. It is not like that. My worst fears are not true. They were in my head. I was forcibly stopping myself from succeeding because I thought I couldn't handle it. I thought I couldn't handle a job. I really thought I couldn't handle a job, even though I've handled things that are much worse than a job, I would say. I still somehow thought I couldn't handle a job, even though that was obviously the right answer from the beginning, because what I was lacking was A, experience in any field, and B, funds to fully develop myself further. And now I have this job, and after months of searching for the perfect job, for something that I would love, for something that I would die to do, that didn't happen. That doesn't always happen. It's if you do this, if you do what you love, truly, you're very lucky, and you should always be grateful for that. For many of us, we start from somewhere. You start from somewhere, and it doesn't have to be the perfect destination. Imagine how bored we would be if within a split second, we could just teleport to the vision of ourselves that we have in our head. That would be so boring. I just completely ignored the importance of the journey of getting there, and I couldn't accept that reality because I wanted things impatiently. I wanted things that I wasn't even ready to work hard for. I wasn't ready to go clock into a work, get the money, and slowly build myself up from the ground. I wanted it to happen within an instant. And of course that didn't happen, and of course that's not how the world works. And now I'm seeing that the best thing I could have done for myself was start this job. So I did. And that's the reality. Do I enjoy where I'm at right now? Actually, after sitting with the sadness and the disappointment and the failure, yes, I actually am happy because I'm going to tell you why. Because right now, when I was not working, I was getting zero money per month. I was not getting any money. I was in nothing. I wasn't in training, not in education, not in, didn't have a job. I was like completely out of the loop. I was completely outside of society. Now I'm getting back into it. Now I'm getting back to people, back to communities, back to financial stability. I can tell you, work is the least important and least interesting part of my life. The fact that I work is not me. It doesn't mean anything to me, except it's the thing that I do to get my funds so that I can then put them into myself. And that's the greatest gift. That's truly the greatest gift right now. So I am happy because I get to do something that's very chill, very nice. My job is very standard, very basic job. I enjoy it. And then I get the money and then I invest in myself and I go in small steps towards where I want to be. And the path to do that is sometimes through things that you don't enjoy as much, in periods you don't enjoy as much. Point being, it's fine. It's fine where you're at. It's fine if you didn't expect to be there at 23. It's okay. You can start. You just need to start. The thing you're scared of, the thing you don't want to do the most, that's the thing you should do the most. Challenge yourself. It's never as bad as it seems. I promise. Okay, bye.